It's easy to speak out about the way I live, but it's
Hey, what's up, guys? People be like, why is there a Canadian flag there? Just because I want to share with you in this video how to get that visa, what was the interview process, what were the main constraints for me, and how you can get your visa, B1, B2 tourist visa. That's what I got. And the funniest thing is, it's easier to get your tourist visa to US if you have certain documents in Canada. Number one is, of course, study permit. Work permit is number two. If you have a status in Canada, it's way easier to get it approved to United States. So the reason for my approval, of course, was the permanent residence. Now, it was a little bit intimidating. So the process is this, guys. You fill out an application, you pay your application fees online. It's slightly complicated because God knows I've filled out the visa. It's so complicated to navigate on that American embassy website. It's so freaking complicated to find the right application and to figure out which visa you're applying for to get a tourist visa, but it's B1, B2. So that's what I did. And once you fill that out, you have to figure out how to pay. Now, I think that was the most challenging part of the interview, to get the application paid and schedule an interview. So if you have no problem doing that, you're going for a next step, such as an interview. And by the way, this video is not sponsored, and I'm always showing American companies on my videos, but Americans are not paying me anything. Pepsi, hear me out. Give me 50 cents. So basically, when you are having that interview scheduled in Calgary, that's where I'm located, it is in downtown, they have an embassy there, and it's like, it literally, interview takes like 3 minutes. I'm telling you, it takes 3 minutes to get through the interview, but it takes about an hour to get to that interview, because you have to go to downtown with your passport, with all of your documents, and the documents that you need. Now, I've seen people with bundles of documents. They bring everything, their birth certificate, their I don't know, doctor's analysis. They bring everything. The documents that I needed for that application was my passport, Ukrainian passport, my permanent residence card from Canada, basically to prove my status in Canada, and of course the confirmation of application and 2 photos that they gave back to me because they just scanned them in, 2 by 2 inches, you know, as the per recommendations, per the requirements of the American application system. They basically 2 photos, passport, PR card, status in Canada or visa, and the confirmation of your application that you paid your stuff. And that's basically it. You go in, there is a huge lineup usually, or even if it's not huge, it's still long. There is a bunch of security on the first floor. They scan you in, they check you. They're like an airport check-in. You even have to remove your shoes, and they take away your cell phones. They don't want you to chat too much, so it's kind of a weird thing. And the embassy itself is located like on 10th or 11th floor, I don't remember. So their case is this: you go, you get registered, you go through the lineup, they do a security checkup on you. After the security checkup, they make you go to the elevator, and you are getting basically escorted by 2 security guards from American embassy. They're going in front of you and behind you to make sure that you don't pick up any objects or you don't bring anything into the embassy. They have special elevator, they take you upstairs, bulletproof doors, and you go through another security checkup where they don't really check you up anymore, but they take your fingerprints, you go through a window, they get you registered. All of this takes like half an hour downstairs, half an hour upstairs. You give your fingerprints, you give your passport, again you give your confirmation, you give your picture again. I don't know why you give it 2 times. And then finally, once the 2 lineups are done, you go to a 3rd lineup where now you have an interview. And a lady or a guy, I was talking to a lady, sitting behind a bulletproof window, and she's an immigration officer, and she basically asks you this question like, yeah, look at this bird, look at this bird. Hello, friend. This bird doesn't need American visa to fly there. Why the hell do I need? I'm also an animal. Thank you. So basically, guys, you get to that window. And what the lady asked me, she said, is it your first time applying or going to United States? I said, yes, it's my first time. I never applied, I never went there. Then she asked, what the purpose of your visit? And I said, well, my purpose of the visit, I'm going in October for a wedding there. It's basically it's going to be like a family visit. That's what I told them. And she said, okay, fine. So basically she didn't ask me any more questions. She said, what's your status in Canada? When did you become permanent resident? Like, no, sorry guys. She said, how long have you been in Canada? And then, let me take off my glasses. I said I came here in 2012 as international student, and now she sees my permanent residence. She's like, approved. No, her face was like, you know, it was like, why do they even make you come here if you have a permanent residence card? Their thing is this: they want to make sure you don't run out of money and you don't stay in the United States illegally, and more importantly, you don't do anything stupid. So there's a pre-security screen there. So what they want to make sure is you go there. Once you go there after visit, you have to get out of there. That's the main concern they have. And that's it. So once she figured out I have permanent residence, for me there is no point to stay in the United States illegally. I have permanent residency in Canada. If you're an international student, probably you can afford staying in the United States. If you are international working in Canada, you have a job. So they asked me if I have a job. They didn't ask me about the income, but one of the ladies who was there, I think she didn't have a permanent residency status, so they asked her how much she's making as well. That was another question, because I heard other people talking, and I didn't see anyone getting rejected or anything, but I didn't hear, I was not staying close enough. But for me, basically, she said, it's approved, and you're going to get your passport back in the mailbox within a week. So that's how my interview ended up. It was really short, it was really sweet, a little bit intimidating to get there, because I felt like, you know, like I'm some kind of dangerous person going through so much of security. It's a little bit stressful personally for me. The people who were there were lots of people from India, from Philippines, people from China, and a couple of Ukrainians. So that's about it. That's what was there in a line. And I like that Ukrainian guy. He's like, do I need to put a stamp? Stamp? No, stamp. He's like, do I need to put a stamp here? I was like, okay. I look at his passport, Ukrainian. I know the accent. That was funny. Guys, so this is the process. I hope this video is helpful for you, because the only thing you have to prove is you have enough money, you're not going to stay there, and you have a valid reason to go there. That's it. I don't think they were really polite, they were really nice, everyone there in the embassy. The only thing that scared me a little bit is the process. You know, like, no, seriously, like, what the hell? Look at this line here. You have one security guy here and one security there, and you're walking like, you know, like you're a chained up Guantanamo style. People don't talk, don't touch, don't transfer any items to anyone. What the hell are you doing, Americans? Seriously, it's what is this, a reservation camp for criminals or military? I don't know, what the hell. Like, I understand why they do that, and they have all reasons to be afraid of those countries and, you know, those whoever they pissed off around the world. I understand all of that, and I understand why they're doing that. But for normal people, you know, bad people, they will find a way to get in. But normal people like myself, like yourselves, guys, are the ones who are getting this kind of, you know, like, process that kind of, you know, it's kind of emotionally difficult. You know, even the people are nice, they're trying to smooth it down, the employees are awesome. You know, I've been to American border, you know, I've been talking to these guys. Seriously, those guys are really polite, really nice, never ever had any attitude. By the way, on Canadian border I had some attitude, and I didn't like it. When I got my permanent residence, they were quite rude with me, and they refused to pronounce Nito's name. I don't know why, but I felt that was a little bit offensive. On Montana border, thank you so much for Canadian guys who are there on the border doing your job, but be more polite for the next time. That's what I want to tell the message to, what is it, CBSA, Canadian Border Security Agency, I think, or whatever. Guys, put more people, less longer shift, and be more polite to people who are coming to Canada. Americans are pretty nice. Thank you so much, guys. 10 years. Visa for 10 years they gave me, they gave Nito. Nito was terrified because she, yeah, I don't know why she was so afraid. And she always gets tense like that in this kind of situation when they tell her not to smile, not to talk, not to, you know, like go through security check. I'm kind of Ukrainian, getting used to it. Guys, thank you so much. I hope you get your applications approved, and I hope this video is helpful for you. So you'll see you in the next video. Make sure you do comment. Love your lovely comments. You'll see you next video. Have a good one, guys.
It's easy to speak out about the way I live, but it's a 24-karat dream. No supermodel in my dirty jeans, but in my 24 inches.